talking about the boogers. Love it.
No. No.
Gourds.
No.
Hey guys, welcome to September 13th. If you haven't seen any of our videos before, September is National Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and we're the Pample family. We lost our 7-year-old son Sam back on January 23rd after a 4-year fight with neuroblastoma. And so every day this month, I'm walking in Sam's memory 3/4 of a mile, and on the good days, my wife, the kids get to join me. Today is the first day we're all together. Sorry. I have to watch out for the bushes trying to get all these people in the frame. My goodness. We were trying to decide what we were going to talk about today, and I think what we ended up with is let's talk about waiting. We did a lot.
Hold on, look.
What is it?
I don't know.
What is that thing?
I don't know.
Something furry. Okay,
It's
there it goes.
alive.
All right, well that was fun and exciting. We had a tag along. Leeches. No. We were talking about.
That's what a dog came from.
It's not what a dog came from.
I came from like.
No. We're talking about tonight how much waiting we did, and like how many different flavors of waiting there were. You know, some of those surgeries that Sam went through were 8 hours plus. And most of the time that's mom and dad in a waiting room in an uncomfortable chair, just doing whatever they can to pass time in between. You get a phone call from the nurse every 3 hours or so? Maybe more? 3 to 4?
And it was just like yep, still here.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're still doing what we said we were gonna do. Everything's fine. Hey, did you know there's a share to group button right here? Hey, I didn't even know that. We can share it to the group when we go live. That's good. That way y'all aren't stuck watching the day after. But no, I mean, we used to sit and like, I'd run to grab a cup of coffee or to grab lunch. We'd get, phone calls and try to keep everybody updated on what's going on.
I couldn't leave though. I never.
Yeah, Maud never left the waiting room ever. Which, if you know me, I do better having something to do, right? So if I needed to run across the highway to get Starbucks, well, I'll run across the highway to get Starbucks. I think it's a tie for me on what the worst kind of waiting is. Whether it was in the mornings when Sam was NPO, that means he couldn't eat, and was waiting for his scans. And constant, I'm hungry, all the time.
Remember those of me?
Nope.
Or waiting for scan results. Those are, they're different kinds of tough, for sure. Waiting for scan results. I think we talked about this a little bit, that, sitting there not knowing what they're gonna tell you, hoping for the best, fearing the worst.
Yeah, but with like scan results, you would like leave and you would just cross your fingers that they weren't on a Friday and you had to wait all weekend
Yeah.
until a Monday.
Yeah. Oh, you're hungry? Are you doing your Bubba impersonation?
Hungry.
Bubba's hungry. Bubba is always hungry, especially when he's on the steroids. Oh my goodness. That kid could pack away. I forgot to. We talked about food a while back, and I forgot to talk about the egg tacos. Like. That's like Merritt's truck. Yep. That kid would put down like 3 egg tacos a day when he discovered them at Medical City. They were his favorite, I think. Don't you think, Mama?
Yeah, he went through phases, but yeah.
And you could tell when there was someone new working downstairs, and they're like, "Oh, it's not." We'd order a breakfast taco at night, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if we can do that. It's not breakfast time." And Sam would flip out, and then they would hear him in the background, and be like, "Let me see what I can do." And they always did it. Or my favorite, I called one time, and they're like, "Well, we don't have breakfast tacos." And I said, "Well, are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." It's okay. Well, can I get a tortilla and some eggs and some cheese? And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." Great, appreciate that. So we built our own tacos. Same hospital, just different day, different person. There goes a house. What about you, Emmy? Was there anything that you felt like you had to wait on?
You ever have to wait with us?
No, not really. If I was waiting, then I would be down in the game room waiting or something. Or watching games.
Yeah, you got to go play with Ben. But that wasn't until like the last time. The first couple times there was no Ben for you to entertain yourself with, right?
But there were toys.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but mainly you're probably in school.
Yeah. That's the other thing we kind of talked about a little bit tonight. Should probably save support for like a whole other video though. Was that we realized that over the last 4 years, Emmy went on more vacations with other families than she did with me.
But lots of family help while we're waiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of any time that grandpa's or mommy and daddy were in the hospital,
Mhm.
or having other people help. I was trying to think. So you have like a waiting room waiting.
Yep.
You have like scan results.
Anxiety waiting.
There's waiting
Yeah,
for
waiting because
food.
you're hungry. Waiting.
Oh, waiting to discharge.
Oh, man.
Oh, waiting to discharge.
Discharge.
That's when you get to go home. So they're like, okay, we're gonna send you home today. And then 6 hours later, you're still waiting for a doctor to round to sign the piece of paper.
I'm a
Yeah.
gone,
Lots to do.
I'm
but,
down.
Oh, don't
It
get
was
down.
just like if you knew you were gonna leave,
Oh,
hard waiting.
I'm a gone.
we don't have time for you to go on there. We got 3/4 of a mile to do.
Mama, I'll let you ride on my back.
We're terrible, mean parents, by the way. Never let our kids do anything.
There you go. Let's call Daddy. No.
Look, he's gonna do it. There's some things Sam had a chance to teach him. Emmy's gonna pick up the rest, but there's a bunch that I wish he still was around to do. Beanie's just started to show an interest in watching the dinosaur game. And I think the two of them would have had a lot of fun with that, don't you, Em?
Yeah.
I hear doggies. Can you think of any other types of waiting that we had to do?
I
That
didn't
you had
really
to
do a lot of waiting.
Yeah. Did you ever have to like wait for us to get home?
One time when I came home from the bus, but usually no.
Or wait for Sam to come home?
That's a yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was that like? What was it like for you on the days when he had been like in the hospital for a while and then finally got to come home?
I usually slept with you or mommy. And I'd watch shows or play video games a lot.
Yeah.
But the house was really empty.
Yeah.
There was no loud people running around the house and screaming.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day, that it wasn't just that he wasn't there and the noises that he made weren't there, but like also the noises that y'all made together weren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to my nightmare where we get halfway through the walk and we've already talked about everything we wanted to talk about. So we have to come up with more so people are interested and want to stay here and watch.
How many more days? You got like 20 more days of doing this? It's a lot.
17.
Oh.
17. It's good.
So
I'm saving all the good stuff for later. No, we're gonna do some spotlights on some of the other charities, and we might do some things where you can do like a FaceTime call and have everybody together. So we might do an interview. We'll call Barbara and have her interview her. I haven't decided yet whether we're gonna tell her we're gonna call her or not.
It's like, you're on the show.
This is how we'll know if she's been watching these videos. Say, hey, I warned you this was coming. Did you not see the video? I think we could probably do that to Cammie. I know Cammie's watching though. She'll be prepared. Did you hear that, Cammie? I said she will be prepared.
Have a nice list of notes.
Yeah. Should we send them the questions in advance, or should we be mean about it?
Be mean about it.
Be mean, she says. How are we doing back there? You got some people laughing at
I can't
you.
hear what you're talking about, though,
We're talking about you.
so I can't chime in.
No, we were talking about some of the videos we're going to do. And I was going to call some people and do an interview, but I think that's how I'll know if they're watching the videos, is I just mentioned it here and I mentioned them by name, so they should be ready, right?
No, you're talking about waiting.
I was talking about waiting, but I told
But
Emmy,
now we talked about all the stuff that was about waiting.
this is like the biggest problem in my life now, is when you get halfway through your walk and you've already talked about everything.
Okay. He wants you.
You want me? Mama gets the stick. Why do we stop walking?
No, not that way.
Yeah, see, it's hard. You what?
Oh,
We're trying to talk
Talk
about
about
Bubba.
in my
Do
face.
you have anything you want to say about on my shoulders?
Stop.
Do you have anything you want to say about your Bubba?
Yeah.
What?
You'll make people throw up.
I have to put an epilepsy warning on our videos.
Right?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
See, look.
Leave it to the pros. Leave it to the pros.
It's too hard. I don't know.
All right, Maud. So what other kinds of waiting are there?
1, 2.
2 kinds of waiting.
We talked about waiting to be discharged.
Yeah. Waiting for dinner to get there. When they say, oh, it'll be there by 7 o'clock, 9:30, you're making that phone call.
That rarely happens.
It's true. It's true.
Remember that one time I got one
It's
place
just
where we ordered at like 5 and it came at like 9?
Just a long time when you start expecting it.
What are you talking about?
He was counting to 2.
I think it's hard because you want to do stuff, but sometimes waiting is just like paralyzing, right?
Boring.
What do you mean?
You can't. You want to do stuff, but you also want to know what you're waiting for. At least for me.
Stink bug. Sorry, stink bug.
I think waiting is also.
And so I never really could focus on anything to actually do anything until
Yeah, right.
until I knew.
Because I got him. My goodness. This is like a comedy nature special tonight for everybody. Where did you go? Did you fall? Ah!
You fall, you're gonna fall on my head.
You were gonna say something though.
Oh.
Like Daddy was.
I was?
You were?
No, I don't think so.
He was going
I was
to
talking
say-
about being paralyzed and waiting.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that sometimes, you know, pretty much every time you're waiting on something, with the exception probably of discharge, it sucks up, whatever you're waiting on sucks up all of your attention. And so, yeah, you can't sit, you know, I remember sitting there in the waiting room and I'd put a movie on the laptop or something, and 45 minutes in I have no idea what's going on because all I've been thinking about is, did the anesthesia go okay? Is it going to go, I know it's gone okay 100 times before, but is it going to stay that way?
Yeah. So if you know anyone going through a traumatic event, like, don't be afraid to tell them something more than once.
Yeah.
Because they probably didn't remember it.
Yeah.
Or if you've asked them, I don't know, just don't be
That's
afraid
why you
to,
gotta look deep into their eyes
well,
and make them feel so uncomfortable that they start to think
I
about
love
you.
but you just have to ask them a lot. Because it's hard for them to remember.
I really like waiting. Sometimes I'll go to my room and just wait for nothing, or to y'all be like, get out of your room, I'm gonna start to like put a lock on it so that you can't go in.
I love you, but what are you talking about?
Just talking about waiting.
I'm talking about waiting and
Oh,
how
okay.
it can also be a good use of your time. And then a few like 10 minutes later, Daddy comes yelling in being like, man, I really gotta start locking you out of your room. And I'm like,
I got that
I will always find a way.
I just love like the chaos. So imagine the chaos of this video and a cancer patient. And that's life, you know? Oh, thank you. I'm gonna trip. I can't see where we're going. All right, you don't fall while I put it back on.
I got him.
Okay. Here we go. I'm struggling with the stick today. Oh, I gotta hold it way out there. Isometrics. Oh. Now, I don't know about you guys, Maud and Emmy,
Yeah.
but now there's like, I changed my mind about the worst kind of waiting.
Just waiting for people to catch up to you.
No. It's waiting to be reunited with my son.
That's gonna take a long time.
I know. It's going to take a very long time. Every day is going to seem longer than the one before, maybe, or shorter. I don't know. I think it's going to be come in waves, right? There'll be long days and short days.
Well, then days will be really long at the end if they start getting longer now.
Do you ever have some days that feel longer than others?
I have some days that feel shorter than others, like when you do something super fun.
Got it. Sometimes I feel that though.
Look at that.
Yep. It's getting to be on Halloween time. But yeah, sometimes I feel the weight and just the crush of, God, it's gonna be so long. Sorry, downer.
You can still hear it.
I know, they've got like sounds and everything going. As we come into the home stretch, Mod, is there anything we want to remind people about the actual fundraising itself? So in case, if you haven't watched these before and you stuck with us through this whole video, you know, we're doing this not for Sam, in his memory, but not for him. We're doing it for kids we can help. We're trying to raise money and awareness about pediatric cancer this month. The money we're raising through Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. There's a link just on the side of the video. For the next 2 days, no, today's the last day. Today's the 13th. So I think it's today until 11:59 p.m. Volvo is matching all donations. So if you haven't made a donation yet and you want to, please, today's the great day to do it. If you haven't made a donation yet, you want to, but you don't have any money, share this video with a bunch of people and ask them to do it, right? it works the same way. Things are going really, really well on the fundraiser. We were passed through $8,000 yesterday. Remember, our goal was 1,000. Now we know a little better, right? We can do better than that.
Set it for 10,000.
I think we're gonna blow through 10,000 here in the next few days, because I don't think they've put the matching donations in, so we may already be there. I haven't done the math. You know, this is not about trying to eradicate childhood cancer. It's about just trying to make things one little bit easier for kids going through cancer and their families. And, you know, for the kids, if that's, you know, if the research money can find a treatment that has one fewer side effects, something that isn't going to creep up on them later in life, or doesn't have them like rolling in pain, because that's the medicine they have to take, because rolling around in pain for a few days is better than having cancer. That's great. If it's, you know, getting Alex's Lemonade Stand money so they can help other families with plane tickets like they did for ours, to get them to the treatment that they need, that's great. If the research leads to bringing the treatment to more hospitals, right, so that they don't have to go to New York City for 6 months, that would be even better. But hey, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you again for hanging with us. 13 days in the books. Uh-oh, we lost Mama. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.